What are the worst things you can catch on camera? A photobomber? Or maybe even poltergeist activity? Ready for our spooky list? Let's begin. Number 10. Children's affection. Often we hear about deceased loved ones visiting us from the grave in times of sadness. Look at this video that was shot in the Philippines. A soul balloon from the casket comes floating straight towards the mother who lost her son. It's believed that the tyke returned for a moment to give her a comforting hug one last time. Then there's the video of the bird, which landed on a sad son's head while he was speaking during his mother's funeral. Usually, these creatures fly away instantly if you try to grab them. However, this one allowed the son to pick it up and only left when he was about to release it to someone else. But you know what? This doesn't only happen at wakes or funerals. This mother was surprised when a balloon from her daughter's room floated steadily towards her. Apparently, she had lost one of the kids in 2016. At least she knows that her little one is still watching over her years later and will probably be with her throughout her lifetime, whether or not she manifests herself. Number 9. Vampire doll. You know, dolls were tolerable. We got scared of them for a while because of the Child's Play franchise, but we overgrew that fear over time. But then the Conjuring franchise just had to happen. It brought that fear right back to the center. I can't tell you enough how scared I was seeing random rag dolls at night markets and the like. But here's the thing, because of how much media will center around this concept, we'll eventually get used to it. But this doll in a Brazilian cemetery? No way am I getting over that. Look at it. Not only is it realistic, but this bloodstained puppet has eyes that follow you. Creepy. Are we sure this thing isn't possessed? Some social media viewers even dub it the doll of the devil. Understandable given its eeriness. But let's try not to fear it. According to another user, the doll uses an optical illusion to trick us into believing its eyes move. Number 8. Unusual photobomb. Listen, back then everybody was a gangster until mentions of Samara rang in the air. Why? Because there was a time in our lives that she would come out of our TVs and kill us for not sharing her cursed video. It was peak chainmail, I tell you, but hey, at least we got over it. Still, that doesn't mean there's no actual girl from the well. Take a look at this picture. At first glance, everything seems normal, right? That's until you notice the kid standing at the top right. The family who took this photo swear that nobody was around when they took this snapshot of their son. Plus, orbs are floating near the girl's head. Honestly, I don't know what it is about this photo, but I'm getting chills just looking at it. Apparently, a little girl had fallen into a well on that property some time ago. Since then, she can be heard and seen haunting the place. All I want to know is where this is, so I know where not to go during my travels. Number 7. Washoe Club. I love horror and all, but guys, I will never ghost hunt. You just never know who or what you'll bump into, you know? That's why, as curious as I am about this entry, I'll settle my curiosity by reading about it and watching videos of others' experiences. The Washoe Club is said to be haunted by 3 spirits. The first apparition is an attractive blonde woman called the Lady in Blue, who usually stands by the spiral staircase. The second is the ghost of a scared little girl, who cries while facing one corner of the room. And finally, the third is the ghost of an old-time prospector who spills bargoers' drinks. Bartenders always leave a shot of bourbon for him to appease his spirit and his tummy. Knowing this information, some people have gone and tried their luck ghost hunting there. One group managed to have a response from who is believed to be the little girl when the ball to the side moved as they requested, while some others, well, look at how it turned out for them. Yep, never doing it. Number 6. Hello, Pastor. Some of us here were taught the church is the dwelling of God and the Holy Ghost. That goes to imply that it should be a safe place, right? If any demonic activity were happening in the world, it would be outside the church's grounds, not inside. I mean, look at exorcism movies. But what if something does come in to mock God and scare the robed men of faith? That's what appears to be happening in this TikTok. A pastor was making an announcement when the podium behind him kept falling, though no winds were coming into the building. Some people allege, however, that they see a string around the second time the podium falls. And I admit to seeing something glimmer near the pastor's ear too. But here's the thing, even if the podium is presumably a gag, how can we explain the moving flag? I don't know guys, something about it seems natural to me. Oh boy, I hope the father has his bottle of holy water ready. Seems like something's prepared for a showdown if you ask me. Number 5. Haunted office. Many of us have moments where we're creeped out in the office, especially at night. In the mornings and afternoon, if we hear or notice something off, sometimes we can chalk it up to the missing office couple. But at night, you're left alone with your paranoid thoughts. Sorry to worsen that fear, but look at these videos. In one video, the CCTV camera catches the screen blinking even though it should be off. After that, the chair moves by itself. Either this shop's shadowy keeper is getting bored or it's always on high alert. But I have to admit, what it's doing is an effective way of keeping robbers at bay. Then there are videos like this too, when things happen while employees are around. This girl in particular admitted to feeling uneasy at her workplace for a while now, but at most it was just the feeling of her hair being tugged. To have the cabinet behind her open with visible orbs coming out of it, girl, find a new place to work. It might do something sooner or later. Number 4. Unknown presence. Whether we're in denial about it or not, we all know that our homes also house ghosts. It's just a thing we can't escape from, no matter how hard we try. Abandoned houses just get all the attention because no other occupant but the dead reside there. Still, that doesn't mean we expect to see them, much more capture them on film. Oh boy, not in this house. This lady felt something strange was happening inside her house, so she had a CCTV camera installed. At first, nothing too odd appears to be happening. That weird silhouette in the back, probably just some strange lighting or something. But then, as the night went on, something started to appear. The specter of a woman traversing from one room to the other. Pretty creepy stuff, no? She seems to be facing the camera dead on too. Apparently, the previous owner's wife died there, so it's believed that what the current homeowner caught on the footage was her ghost stalking her old home. Hey, so long as she doesn't share the bed with anyone, right? Time for today's best pick. What's one of Florida's longest-standing mysteries? Hint, it's a cryptid. Find out what it is next. Number 3. Mothman. Oh boy, some new cryptids are appearing around the world, huh? First we had Nessie, then Bigfoot, and somewhere along the way we had the Siren Head too. I tell you one thing though, a cryptid that remains popular to this day is the disaster-bringing Mothman. I'm pretty sure we all know about the Mothman. It's a humanoid creature that resides somewhere in the Point Pleasant area. And the thing is, residents aren't too fond of him. In 1966, two couples told police they saw a big, strange creature with glowing red eyes. Back then, the cops probably thought the kids were making stuff up, so they paid little attention. However, the following days, other people reported similar sightings. The only time the Mothman came front and center was a month later, when the Silver Bridge collapsed and killed 46 people. This made people, officials, and residents alike believe the legendary being caused the incident. I don't know, man. I'm scared of ever seeing it, but I also feel a little sad for it in case it was just dragged into the story. Number 2. Strange figure in the sky. Sometimes we see things that are a little too kooky, even for us. Faces in the clouds, faces in the trees, faces everywhere. But here's the thing, sometimes there are just unexplainable phenomena happening around us. How do you explain kids who get pushed by a ray of light before a car crashes into them? Or the few strangers who only have minimal bruising after being run over by trains? There are miracles if we look for them, and this mystery seems like one of those unexplainable situations. Watch, a figure comes floating down from the sky. Pablo, who filmed this, believed the guy was Jesus Christ descending to Earth. I mean, who knows? Though I sincerely doubt it. But I'm not about to whack a guy out of his belief. Still, it's a pretty surprising and somewhat creepy thing to see, huh? Number 1. The Mario Lara Store. Honestly, I don't know if this is fake, but in case it is, good job on editing, bro. It's pretty seamless. But also, I hope you step on Legos for the next few days. I only realized it now, but your videos got me legitimately scared a few months ago. That said, let's get on with the topic, shall we? This guy's shop is haunted. Tons of things happen there, from cursed-looking dolls to demon children watching people play VR games. Several times, these supposed entities drag these people across the floor like they were playthings. Man, and to think our religious leaders said there's nothing to be scared of when it comes to ghosts. Sure, if they stand there and watch you, not treating you like a rag doll. Regardless of all these activities though, it seems like Mario's having a bit of fun. He is uploading these recordings to YouTube after all. So for all the pain and torture these spirits have brought him, at least he's earning some coin off it from the side. I wouldn't say a win-win, but it's better than nothing.